So boom, right? Movie is All I Want Is You. There's two parts. All I Want Is You 1, All I Want Is You Part 2. So basically it's a movie about a dude that gets out of jail. He's got to go through a whole bunch of wild bullshit. His shorty, you know what I'm saying, she pretty much held down the crib while he was in jail, but when he get out, he got to get a job, as most niggas do that get out of jail. Soon as he get home, he got to deal with some nigga, I think his name is Snow. I don't know what the fuck this nigga's about, but in these Tubi streets, apparently he puts in wild work. He somehow, him and his man's oldest nigga, $40,000. And he got to find a way to get the money. On top of that, he got a parole officer who's super strict. Freak ass PO. She kind of makes sure he try to stay in line. He gets a call at like 1 in the morning, laid up with his shorty. She calls him. This is a call that came after he had just said some obvious shit, but it clearly went left. She took it the wrong way. So he ends up going to meet up with her at like 1 o'clock, which is already suspicious. Turns out she's blackmailing a nigga, right? If you don't do what I need you to do, pull up and fuck whenever she say so. If not, she was going to turn in some dirty piss to whoever she got to turn it into, and he's going to go to jail, right? So he's unwillingly having to have intercourse with this freak ass PO. He goes home, tells his shorty, because he's a real nigga, he goes home, tells his shorty, like, yo, here's the deal. My PO is blackmailing me. If I don't do this, I'm going to go to jail. Plot twist, she's like, nah, keep doing that shit. I don't like it, but you keep doing that. But when you come home, make sure you wash your dick off and jump back in bed. What? She's basically like, yo, I don't want you to go to jail. I also don't want you to be fucking this bitch, but take the lesser of two evils type of deal. Throughout the movie, he basically, whenever she called, he gotta pull up and, handle business. Like, he's not with it. The main character, nigga, his name is Max, and his shorty's name is Chloe. Throughout the movie, you can just tell she's a real one, like, and she don't fuck around, right? She got a best friend named Sophia, who's a hopeless romantic. Super submissive. She got a boyfriend who be having her call him king and all types of wild shit. He's a wild nigga. He's like one of them niggas you hope during the movie something happened to him. She's in an abusive relationship with this nigga. He really don't give a fuck about her. At one point he calls her, she don't pick up. Shit got crazy because she ain't pick up the phone. So she pull up with these big ass shades on. You know what I'm saying? She walk in, take them off, and Chloe's like, yo, what the fuck? Cause she got a muffin, right? Shit is cooked. So she stays there for a little while. She stay at Chloe and Max's crib. Chloe don't want her going back because she knows this nigga ain't shit. Throughout the movie, Chloe's like conflicted. On top of the freak ass PO, on top of Chloe and her bipolar bullshit and the best friend bullshit, he gotta find a way to get 40K to this street nigga. I don't know what the nigga do, but apparently in Tubi streets, he puts in work. At one point, the PO called Max and was like, yo, pull up on that, on that demon time. The PO hears Max coming in the crib, or who she thinks is Max. It ends up being Chloe. She pressed the bitch like, yo, I know what you're doing. I'm not with the shit. Either you could leave my man alone or I'm gonna fucking kill you. She's talking to the PO wild. My whole thing is, why don't he pull up one time with the phone out and just record this shit? Fake like you about to do it, have the phone set up or whatever. Record the shit and then turn it in. It's that simple. Nigga, there's so many ways he could have got out of this shit, but whatever. The PO is just simply like, you can come in here with all that hot shit if you want. I'll send both y'all asses to the bin. On top of the freak ass PO, on top of Chloe and her bipolar bullshit and the best friend bullshit, he gotta find a way to get 40K to this street nigga. So at some point he ends up having like, a moment like, yo, I can't do this shit no more. He tells SPO, like, yo, I can't do this. Like, I got a whole shorty at home and you know that. I can't keep doing this. It hits her and she's like, okay, lets him go. This nigga has the one lane that leads to freedom, and he gonna pull some old simp shit. Oh, but if it wasn't for her, like, nigga, you just did all this whining and crying shit about, your shorty back home, you don't wanna, and then you're gonna go and jump on this bitch ass like that. As soon as he did that, my blood started boiling. It's niggas like you. He ends up basically giving her false hope, and, she falls like deeper in love with the nigga type shit. He gets the money, he goes to give it to his mans. Whoever this nigga is ends up trying to run off with the money. So now, the money he got from the PO, he's got to find another way to get it. There's 2B gangsters just like, nah, you got to go get my money. I don't give a fuck about him. I need my money. You find him. The best friend, Sophia, Max ends up working for this nigga Malcolm somehow. He got the nigga the job or whatever. But the nigga Malcolm ended up walking in on him while the nigga's getting a wow. Super bop. Like, shorty's in there going crazy. Door unlocked, halfway open. It was wild. He's a wild nigga. The best friend that lives with Chloe and Max for the time being, Malcolm ends up coming to the crib and doing the bare minimum, almost nothing to get her back. He came in, brought her roses, got down on one knee, and basically was like, yo, I need you to come home. I miss you. I miss them home-cooked meals. All this bullshit. And she, with no effort, was just like, all right, packed the bags and went home. As soon as the door closed and they got in the crib, he choked the shit out of her. What the fuck? She right back in a relationship, an abusive relationship with a nigga. The nigga still don't give a fuck. He's still he's basically right in front of her, walking out, going to fuck mad bitches. Like, he don't say it, but it's like, it's insinuating. It's like, niggas know. Like, if you are a real one and you watching this shit, you know exactly what he's doing. They not hiding it at all. Regardless, and knowing that, shorty pulls up at his job to go, bring him flowers or whatever. I guess just surprise him at the job. She cracks the door open. This nigga got a shorty linked over the counter, just cracking this bitch. She bails. She just gets out of there. Throw the roses in the trash. Goes home. She got dressed all sexy and all that. Try to get the nigga's attention. He's not hearing it. Like, I told you I'm tired. He don't want to talk nothing. She confronted the nigga like, who's the bitch? He tried to deny it and all that. Ain't working this time. She pulls the piece out on him like, yo, my nigga, where's the money? So now she's just trying to rob the nigga. Take the nigga upstairs like, yo, take me to the money. Take me to the money. You know what I'm saying? He bring her upstairs, and you could tell he's about to do some dumb shit. But at this point, I wouldn't risk it if I was him, because she's on edge. So boom, he take her upstairs to get the money or whatever, turn his back on her. She got the gun on him. He turn around, try something. She just put a couple, bing, 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 put the nigga down. Grabbed the money and took off. But somehow she gets caught, and she ends up thrown in jail. Now, the whole movie's being told by Chloe from the Bing. Like, somebody's in there interviewing her about the situation of why she's in jail. Simultaneously, while all that shit is happening with Sophia and her mans, Chloe was, for whatever reason, about to pull up on Max at his job and kind of apologize because he came home one night and she was just spazzing on him. Like, yeah, you don't come in here talking to me, smelling like that other bitch. I know you fucked her. Like I said before, she put him onto it. So he's confused. Like, I'm only doing this because you are telling me to do it. Like, I'm being forced into doing this shit. And I really don't want to do it anyways. But she's drunk, so, like, she spazzed on him a little bit, like, get the fuck out my face type shit. And the nigga just went to bed. She felt bad about it the next morning because he didn't want to talk over breakfast or whatever. So while he's at work, she was going to pull up on him. The PO pulls up on him before she can to, out of, just feeling fucked up, she hands the nigga $40K. Right? She hands him the money that he told her she was going to need about the situation. And leaves. She don't do nothing crazy. Hands him the money, walks out. Just so happily, Chloe's happened to be walking the same direction and she runs into her. She don't say shit, but she runs into her. Fucks it all up. So Chloe pulls up on a PO at her crib. And she just got the pistol on her. She's just like, yo, I'm sick of this shit. I can't have you doing this no more. And the PO's basically like, yo, I'm good. I apologize. I'm good. I'm done with all that. I thought Max would have told you this already. She wasn't hearing it. She just, in her head, she just keeps seeing her fucking her man. Max comes around the corner and he's like, yo, chill. He's trying to, this is good. This is all good. That's where I got the money from type shit. She's not hearing it. Shot shorty in the leg. Max is like, yo, go get in the car. I can't have you going to jail type shit. Stays with the PO. Tries to make sure she's okay. She's telling him just go type shit. They get in the car and he explains to Chloe like, yo, that shit is a wrap. I tried to tell you that last night, but you wasn't hearing it. I got the money that I need from this Frost nigga, and I can't have you going to jail. It's not worth it. Like, I got everything. Everything's squared away now. I got the job. I got the money. I can't have you doing this type shit. And I believe she either turns herself in or somehow the cops got her. Somehow she ends up in jail. Fast forward, after her best friend ends up killing the boyfriend, she ends up in jail. Somehow in the same cell. Which is wild. Because now Max, on the outside, is trying to find his man that he gave the $40K to that ran off on it because Frost still wants his money. He ends up going back to the PO and asking for another favor. Like, yo, I need another $40K. She gives it to him with no problem. She walks off, comes back, and gives it to him. Point, before she was like, had a change of heart, she told him, yo, if for whatever reason you and Chloe don't work out, just make sure I'm the first person you call. She said that shit before Chloe shot her. So I kept that. I was like, that shit gonna come back at some point. So boom, fast forward. He finds his mans. Like he runs down on him, finds him. He's like, yo, where the money at? And the nigga basically was like, I ain't got it. He killed him, popped him. He's like, fuck it. Went back. So that story's done. Back to Chloe in jail. She's basically still narrating the story, and you find out this is only the first time I've been in jail. So she's doing the time, and a friend, was in jail talking to her like, yo, you got a good ass man on the outside. Do everything you can to get out of here and get with your head straight. She ends up basically not talking to Max for the whole 5 years she in here. She just wouldn't receive any of his mail, wouldn't write back, none of that. Wouldn't accept no calls, no visits. So she flat left the nigga, basically. He's writing her, telling her about the outside, all the good stuff he's doing, how he done got a better job, how he's looking at houses and all this. And this is now probably like 2 years in. So by the year 5, when it's time for her to get out, this is where shit gets interesting. Because me and Flo watching this, and we just like, she gonna end up coming home and he gonna be with the shorty. Like, it only makes perfect sense. So she get out, like I said, she's going from the crib that, she thinks she knocks on the door. He's like, hey, is Max here? Place is some other dude that opens the door. Been living here for the last 2 years. I don't know. So she leaves, goes to the job, and the lady's like, yo, Malcolm ain't been here in like 3 years. So the next place she stops is the PO's place, because, that's the next best place to look, right? So she knocks on the door. Max comes out. The nigga, now he got a chain on. You know what I'm saying? He looked clean. Like, she opened the door. She just walks in like, hey. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like, what you doing here? She's like, what you mean? I'm out of jail. Ready to start this family. He's like, yo, you ghosted me for 5 years. What you mean start a family? What are you doing? Here come a little kid come running down the stairs. Me and Flo like, this shit about to get good. She looked like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Then here come the PO, freak ass. She's like, you serious? Out of any bitches, it had to be this bitch. This bitch? She wasn't with the shits. She backed out on him. Pop! Put one in the PO. Looked at this nigga Max like, yeah. Pop! Put one in Max. Little kid left there. And this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, she not gonna shoot. Pop! The kid? She shot the kid? Damn! So she kicked the PO. She kicked Max. You look at the kid. Fuck you. Kicked the kid too.